Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Abundant Wednesday. I'm Shelley Hagan. I'm here with my business partner, Nina McNamara. We're the Abundant Investors. And today we have with us a guest, a friend of mine who's a guest from Hamilton. His name is Guy McPhee. And Guy is a realtor in the Hamilton area. Known each other for about 10 years. Well, I used to do courses in the Hamilton area, and Guy had come in and helped me with my bus tour at last minute one time, and we just became good friends, and I've known him ever since. So probably over 10 years. And so this is part of our series that we've been doing the last few weeks, is bringing in realtors from across the country to talk about what's been happening with the market. There's been a lot of changes in the market over the last couple of months. And certainly in the Hamilton market, there's been a lot of changes in the last 10 years. So with that, I'll turn it over to Nina.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Shelley. And thanks for everyone for tuning in today. And Guy, thank you so much for being here. I was reading your bio just before we came on, before we meet, and it was nice because you are also an investor yourself, and so is your family. So I really appreciate when we work with network that also our background with investing. So you get a little bit more insight, and I believe you can do that, especially in the Hamilton area. And before we got on, we were chatting away, and you had so much information. And you know what? We had to stop you. I'm like, okay, let's get this recorded because that's what we want to share. So I'm going to let you take over because you were talking about, creating the multi-unit situations where properties are getting converted into duplexes and triplexes. So did you want to catch up on that and have a chat about that, and then we can keep going?
Sure, Nina. I mean, that precipitated when Hamilton voted last year as a city to freeze the urban boundaries. So they're no longer taking any farmlands outside the city boundary. The developers wanted to continue with development and said it must be done within the city limits. So saying that, the city has become much more receptive to taking that 1960s, 1970s bungalow and allowing two family. So you must adhere to their building codes and the fire retrofit. It's very important, but they're not rubber stamping, but they're really moving the process along. They've removed a lot of red tape. So you're able to put a second unit in the lower level, but they went one step further and they're allowing even a detached, like a granny flat or a cottage in the alley, a third unit. And so it has really spurred investors coming to the Hamilton area quite heavily. So yeah, we're getting lots of influx of not just people in the city, but coming from outside to invest in Hamilton because of the city's decision to freeze that urban boundary.
That's amazing. So you as a realtor, what are you seeing that's happening to the development, the price points and things like that?
Yeah, well, you can figure, and as I said, alluded to earlier, but that house we used to rent for $1,800 a month for the entire bungalow, now we're getting $2,500 for the main floor and $2,000 for the basement. And I've had clients do it, you build that third suite, there's another $2,000. So all of a sudden, what was $1,800 a month rental income has more than tripled. So hence, yeah, the investments come hard and fast. And it's made good opportunities for flip guys too, for guys who either not want to buy, fix up and hold, or if they want to pick something up, flip it. Like if they could pick up that estate sale for $500, $600, $700, they know it's going to push $1 million if they duplex it. And that's becoming quite common. Our average price just went over $1 million this year.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
Whereas before they were like $500,000 and now they've just doubled. Yeah.
In about 3.5 years, Nina.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But I think some of that could also be because of the trend that you were talking about too, and COVID has actually made that even more advanced, is due to people not having to stay in a community. And
Yeah.
we were talking briefly about the people shuttling to different communities. Can we talk about that as well?
Sure. I mean, Toronto, it's only, 60 kilometers down the road from us. However, morning traffic, it's 2 to 2.5 hours. It's a nightmare in and out. So COVID has changed many things in our world. And one of them is working virtually. Companies have embraced that and people are working from home. They're finding them more productive, and people are saying, wow, I don't have to live in downtown Toronto anymore. I can sell my semi-detached just off the Danforth for $1.8 million, come to Hamilton, either buy beautiful single family home for, $1 million or $1.2 million, or buy a duplex for $1 million and pick up some great rental income. So 60,000 people have left the city of Toronto and they've come our way. They've come to the urbans, they've just gone outside of the Toronto core And as a result, Hamilton has really grown with its whole restaurant scene, its whole art scene, like music, like all kinds of things have come to Hamilton because of this. But what's else? It's the real estate, and hence the investors have come.
We're seeing that all across Canada. Is the trend is we don't have to be so, urban. We can expand out to more places and do things and enhance. That's going to make the prices go up. So you as a realtor and as an investor yourself, how has this pivoted what you're doing and how you're, helping your investor clients?
Yeah, well, again, just sharing with them. I mean, they're not aware of all these things. So, for myself, we literally bought the house across the street from us. It was a wonderful opportunity in a estate sale, and of course, I'm duplexing it, and to go ahead. And then, of course, your investment circle and your other colleagues at work, they're catching on to this too. So, it's again, you've got to do your homework, Nina. It's Shelley and I would go out on bus tours and try and find that, that very tired home. Here it is. If you can get to jump on that, don't be shy about the project, because the bank's been great too with you able to go in and refi. You can pull out all your renovation money and even your downstroke in some cases, because our values are going up every month, never mind annually. Like we're getting, last year was 24% increase. Like that's huge. So 2% a month. Go ahead, renovate, pull your money back out and try and grab another project. The refis have become a big, big part of the banking business too.
Mm-hmm. That burst, right? So
yes.
That's, all the buzz a couple of years ago, and it's just continued to keep growing. So as a realtor, you probably have some stats and some numbers, and I'm just kind of throwing this at you as we go. So what do you think are the stats that are happening now that people are converting these properties into duplexes and potentially triplexes? Is there like a market of half, or how is that going?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I'll tell you something, Nina. 2/3 of our buyers are coming from outside Hamilton. As we list properties and sell them, the realtors aren't Hamilton realtors. They're coming from the Toronto area. They used to refer those things to us. Now they come to town. They bring their clients with them. So we're 2 out of 3 sales are coming from outside brokerages, like ones that aren't part of our board. And of course, we'll cooperate with them. We're fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where it's coming from. So that's an interesting stat. So how many are being duplexed? I could probably get my hands on that kind of information, Nina, but I don't think 30% would be unrealistic. Like, sure, you're getting people to go single family, like a young couple wanting to get in, but some of these young couples, when you're buying that bungalow starter for $850, they have to rent out the basement. So they're not even doing it because it's an investment. They need to in order to get into home ownership. So they're going ahead. I've seen brothers and sisters buy a place. One take the upper, one take the lower. We're 2 buddies, and they'll live together and rent out the basement just out of necessity.
Yeah, that mortgage helper as a basement suite is good, but what a lot of people don't know, but as the lender's point of view, it has to be a legal suite in order to account for that that money coming in as an income. So by doing this, and with the town or the city of Hamilton allowing this, this is going to open up quite a few more first-time buyers to be able to afford, purchasing by having that legal basement suite. So that's really cool. Yeah.
And there's lots of illegal ones, Nina, but I would encourage anybody, go through the process, get your permit, and the big thing is the fire department. You must satisfy them, retrofit with the fire department. In the event of a loss, it'd be catastrophic. You don't want to be held responsible for something like that. Go ahead, get your permits, do it right. It's a little more time and money, but worth it in the long run. And I still say it increases your value when it's legal versus not.
100%, 100, yeah. So how are our viewers going to find you, and what are some ways that you can help them?
Well, yeah, I'd love to. I work at Remax. I've been there for 32 years. I work at Remax, Escarpment in Hamilton, so they can look me up and find me. The hunting process, again, we have an amazing office. We've got 13 locations, almost 900 agents. So we do have a lot of in-house stuff. We try. It's not that we don't cooperate. We cooperate with everybody, but it helps with the big brokerage where we're constantly, hey, look, I've got a new one. I've got one coming up. You really need that inside marketing within your business. It helps a ton to find those properties. They're hard to find. Yeah?
They are. They really are. And that's, I think, what a lot of investors don't realize is they're not just presented. They actually have to dig, and that's where the true grit comes out of as an investor, is your network and how willing you are to dig to find these properties and these deals. So yeah, excellent. Shelley, do you have anything to add? And thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you. And if I ever head down east, I'm going to look you up.
For sure, anytime. Shelley and I have been out together, so yeah, if you ever make it to town, I can show you around. So it's, yeah, it's some real good opportunities there, though. Sincerely, we're enjoying it.
Yeah, and Guy knows the Hamilton market so very, very well. I'm always impressed when I go out, and when we used to do the bus tours together. We had we had a lot of fun. One of the things I'm always looking for is the the properties that are really bad, and the smell of money, because they smell terrible. No one else wants to buy them, but investors see potential. So the thing I like about working with Guy as well is he's done rent to owns, he's done BRRRR strategy, he's done fix and flip. He's very, very knowledgeable about the area and financing, and just the building codes and everything. Is very on top of his game. So if anyone's looking for a great realtor in the Hamilton area, Guy is the person to go talk to, and his team. And there's a group of people that all work together with him as well. And do you still do rent to owns in the area, or you were moving into Windsor last time we talked?
Yeah, and we did shift to Windsor. The only reason we don't do them in Hamilton anymore, the formula doesn't work when you're paying $800 for something.
Yeah,
it gets too expensive. So yeah, I still get calls about it, but really it had to be for a professional, say a doctor who doesn't have the practice going yet, that's going to make great future money and wants to get in now. But for the first time buyers, boy, it's pretty tough to do a rent to own anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It was great, but it's pretty much over.
Yeah, that's too bad. Who knows? It's just another market you need to move to in the meantime, right? So I would like to thank you so much for coming on, Guy. It was great to see you, and good to hear what's going on in Hamilton. Hamilton has a soft spot in my heart because I was there for so many years, and it's just changed so much since I started going there. And so it was great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll probably have you back and a few months down the road and kind of give us an update of what's happening, in your market at that time.
Yeah, anytime, Shelley. Look forward to it.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Excellent. So nice meeting you, Guy, and look forward to talking to you more.
Yes,
okay, Nina,
great.
take care.
All right,
bye,
everybody.
Shelley.
Have a great rest of your week and happy investing. And bye for now.
Okay, cheers.